Good evening and welcome everyone watching down along the way at TableRockSports.net. We're getting ready to bring you girls basketball action, a non-conference game between the New Hope Christian Lady Warriors and the Cascade Christian Challengers. For the teams, this is early season action for them. The Challengers come in with a 1-3 record on the year, coming off a victory on Tuesday night against Lost River, a game in which Jordan Jones, the freshman post, scored 22 points. Callie Sweem, the lone senior, well, actually I should say the lone senior with experience on the Challenger squad, contributed 10. And then Timna Robertson, who has stepped up into the role of being the team's kind of floor leader and scorer, had 9 points on the game. We're glad that you could be here with us. For the Warriors, they're a Class A 1A school out of the Grants Pass area. I can actually remember way back in the day. Of course, now we're going back 40 years now, back when Cascade Christian was all under the Grace Christian umbrella. And you would see back in those days that we were way back, we were in what was considered the Class B classification. That was all pretty much all the high schools that were under 100 students in the league. Back in those days were teams like Prospect, Butte Falls, Camas Valley, Days Creek, and one of our league opponents in basketball was New Hope Christian. I can still remember that little gymnasium if you're out there on the in Grants Pass and you start to head towards the Oregon coast. New Hope Christian, as I recall, is kind of out in that area. And so it's a school that's been around for a while. Again, a smaller one. And they're right now just kind of working on programs kind of come and go, and they'll have their ebbs and flows. And at this point in time, you're talking about a team, judging from the squad warming up on the floor, there's about 8 players. We see on their roster they have 1 senior on the squad. Otherwise, much like the Challengers, a very young team. 5 freshmen play for the Warriors, whereas we were talking the other night for Cascade Christian. They'll dress up everybody, JV, varsity, and kind of give everybody an opportunity to play. But on that roster, Coach Jeff Robertson, in his first year with the program, has 8 freshmen on his squad, and so it's all very young. But the nice thing about being young, this means that all things being equal, hopefully what you're able to do is keep those players around for a while and you have them be valuable contributors to the program and maybe work up towards something that's a lot of fun and maybe even a championship run by the time you're through. That's the whole idea of trying to build and get up to that phase. So both teams are now gathered at the respective benches, and we're getting ready for the opening festivities. What that'll give Wyatt and I an opportunity to do is go ahead and go to break, recognize a couple of our sponsors, but don't you dare go away. We've got the Challengers and the Warriors coming right up here on TableRockSports.net.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Finish sales event is going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Grand Cherokee L 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back 3P Truck of the Year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Get a big finish deal on every new vehicle in stock only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports, I love my team, I just want to play, but not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.com.
Let me take just a moment and ask you about your vision for your children. What are you seeking for them? What are you hoping your son or your daughter will grow up to be? Highly skilled teaching, a thorough curriculum, art, music, science, athletics, encouraging relationships, all of these and more are part of the community at Grace Cascade Christian Schools, where all of our children feel that they belong.
Being able to mentor them on the football field, to push them in the classroom, and ultimately, most importantly, is to share Christ with them.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the national anthem. And now we're going to get ready to meet the two teams. So I'm going to stay quiet here and let the And so there you have it, the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. Same lineup that we saw on Tuesday. Greeting the players, the starters that are coming out. Lainey Pearson is still out of commission for tonight's ball game. She sprained her ankle in a game on Saturday against Brookings Harbor. But thankfully, she's coming along. Her recovery's coming along okay. But they're not Warriors, as the two will face each other over in Grants Pass coming up later this week. So everything is all set to go. We have Julia Brem, the 5'9" freshman, at center court for the Challengers, wearing their home whites this evening. And she will jump against New Hope's Abby Metcalf, who wears number 10. Officials making sure everything's set. Scorekeeper, scoreboard, scorebook, players, coaches. We're all good to go. The Hayes and the Barnetts, time to play. And now the Challengers control the tip. Robertson looking for Jones in the post. She makes a move to the hoop, and she lays it up and in. Jones with 22 for the Challengers on Tuesday night in their win over Lost River. Meanwhile, a turnover against New Hope Christian. Sweem with the inbound to Robertson. Works at high post for Jones. Now she's in a double team, and probably no real surprise there. They know the threat that Jones is going to be. But, hey, that should open up opportunities for other players. Pass broken up by the Warriors, and now driving to the hoop, and missing the layup is Ava Barnett. Rebound by Cascade. Out of backcourt goes Sweem to Bella Williams. She can score. Brem kicks it back out to Robertson. She's double-teamed. Brem's going to open up from three. Her shot long. Ball's tipped around, and Matheson has it. And that'll be Jordan Zumhoff, the freshman out of backcourt. Works it over to Barnett, also a freshman. Barnett ends up falling to the floor. Foul called. Actually, it looks like it must have just simply had gone out of bounds. Bounce pass taken away by the challengers. Callie Sweem with the basketball. New Hope does a good job of getting back quickly on defense. Swings it around the horn to Brem. Brem, Jones. Now Sweem will shoot from the baseline. Her shot in and out. No good. Hustling for the basketball. Bella Williams in the corner. Jones, Sweem. Her shot off the window. Rolls off. Offensive rebound by Brem. Brem had it blocked by a Warrior defender. Metcalf out of backcourt. Needs a little bit of help as Sweem offers up some pressure. Meanwhile, Barnett drives. Her shot long, no good. Jones with the rebound. Quickly up the floor she goes. Her pass broken up. Breaking up there was Kaylin Matheson. So it remains a 2-0 ball game. Between the combination of it being early season and so many young players out on the floor, you look even in the starting lineup that the Warriors going with three freshmen, coached by former Challengers coach Lauren King. Driving to the hoop is Callie Sweem. She misses the shot. Put back attempt, no good. And now it'll be Robertson. Her little jumper from inside the three-point line is good to give the Challengers a 4-0 lead. Timeout called on the floor. This will be a 30-second timeout. We'll pause for messages, and we'll be back with more for you here on TableRockSports.net.
Life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Both teams back out on the floor from the timeout. Challengers with the early 4-0 lead. Both teams in a rebuilding process. The Challengers graduated 5 seniors in the spring. So a lot of young players, and par for the course as a young team. Travel in the backcourt. Part of that learning process is your footwork and making sure you got that in concert with the handling of the ball. And then a turnover quickly by the Challengers. Burnett has it. She'll go ahead and pull up from 12. Her shot off to the left, no good. Rebound by Julia Brem. Brem out of backcourt. Passes over for Robertson. Robertson finds Williams. She'll shoot from 16, and it's good. Bella Williams giving the Challengers a 6-0 lead here early in the first quarter. Abby Metcalf, she wears number 10 for the Warriors. Zumhoff with the ball, then she's number 12. There's Ava Barnett with the basketball. She tries a drive on Williams. And Williams, one of the things that she's a very gritty defender, also plays soccer for the Challengers. And I believe we should also be seeing her run some track in the spring. She also was one of 3 Challengers that did double duty in the fall, playing soccer and running cross country. The 2 sports, obviously, in many ways, very complementary to each other. Williams tried to kind of force a pass there in the middle, and it ends up being taken away by the Warriors, but Brem gets it back. They'll work it back for Callie Swaim. Her pass inside, and that's one thing I'm seeing already right now is the Challengers need to stop trying to force. When the pass isn't there, just don't pass it yet. And a little patience. You know, that's why you can dribble the basketball and move it around a little bit. Maybe get some quick passes going. But you can't pass where it's not there. Good defensive pressure, though, by the Challengers. Williams with it. Again, just kind of a little too quick on the trigger and has it taken away, but the Challengers get it back. Brem with a drive to the hoop. No foul called on that one. And the Warriors get it back. Allison Kramer getting ready to check in the ball game, wearing number 4 and number 5 for Cascade Christian. Now as we have our rosters up to date, wearing number 5 is Sydney Shipman. Inbound to Chamberlain is taken away, though, and about ready to shoot from the baseline. Sweem's going to try a 3, in and out. It had promise, it had possibilities, couldn't get it to go. Jones underneath the hoop. And the ball goes out of bounds, last touched by the Warriors. Inbound play, Robertson's going to shoot, and her shot a little bit short. Taken by Barnett, but Jones gets it back. And then it's taken back by Jordan Zumhoff. I get the feeling this is going to be the flow, if you will, of the game this evening. A lot of back and forth. Robertson with the basketball to Shipman. She tries a bounce pass, and again, it just wasn't there, and it is quickly taken away by the Warriors. Barnett tries to lay it up. Her shot no good. Rebound taken by Shipman. Up the floor it goes. Sweem in the corner. She'll drive the baseline. And her shot is short, but Jones is there underneath the hoop. Gets it for Kramer. Her shot off target. Gets her own rebound. She'll try it again. And she gets it to go. Allison Kramer. Her first bucket of the ball game off the Challenger bench. Okay, it looks like we lost the camera there for a second, so we're going to go ahead and try to get that dialed back in.
Of officiating is not necessarily what you do on the court. It's how you conduct business off the court as well. Being an official, sure, it's not easy.
And if it wasn't for those difficulties, I don't think I would be where I'm at, because it helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Let me take just a moment and ask you about your vision for your children. What are you seeking for them? What are you hoping your son or your daughter will grow up to be? Highly skilled teaching, a thorough curriculum, art, music, science, athletics, encouraging relationships, all of these and more are part of the community at Grace Cascade Christian Schools, where all of our children feel that they belong.
Being able to mentor them on the football field, to push them in the classroom, and ultimately, most importantly, is to share Christ with them.
Back here at the Cascade Christian Pavilion, our apologies for some of the technical difficulties that we've had this evening. Every now and then we just have our camera that just decides it's going to go on strike. But what we can tell you and try to kind of catch you back up in terms of what is going on, the Challengers in control of this ball game pretty much well throughout. They jumped out to a 16-1 lead to start the ball game, much like the Lost River game on Tuesday night. The Challengers, though they may have had some struggles here and there offensively in terms of control and care of the basketball, one of the things they've been able to do on the plus side is play very good defense. And really, when you talk about a base fundamental as far as building a basketball team goes, it starts with the defense. And if you get the defense going there, then, well, what it does, it allows you a little bit of time to kind of get caught up offensively. And, again, both of these teams out on the floor tonight, very young basketball teams. Each team, you're talking about two seniors with Jerusha and with Callie Sweem for Cascade Christian. And then Sweem's about the only one with real basketball experience as far as I know. Probably, maybe, I don't know, maybe Jerusha played like her freshman year, but for the last couple of years I know she hasn't played basketball. So there's a little bit of a deficit to make up in terms of experience. And obviously with the young team around here, she's got plenty of company in that department. But then the same thing for New Hope. They have just one senior on the roster, but what I can tell you for the ball game so far, Timna Robertson with a whole slew of three-pointers. Unofficially, we have her leading the way in the ball game with 15 points on the evening. Also, another player for Cascade that has found some success getting the ball in the hoop has been Bella Williams, and of course their post player, the freshman Jordan Jones, with a good, strong game on Tuesday night against Lost River, and she continues to keep up that pace. So you can see that the picture is starting to fill in a little bit. I think probably if you're the Challengers and the Warriors both, actually, that both teams are wanting to work on taking control of the basketball, making good passes, and if the pass is not there, forcing it isn't going to make it better. That the best thing to do is pull it back out, work it around the perimeter, and again, those things will be things that they come with time. And even after all that time, you're still going to make mistakes here and there. It's just a matter of overcoming them. Taking the basketball is Matheson. Matheson driving to the hoop. She'll shoot. Misses. Brem with the rebound for Cascade. She quickly wheels and deals out of the Challenger backcourt. You can see she took her eye up for a second and lost the handle on the basketball, so it is taken away by the Warriors. Zumhoff moving to her left. And Sweem with good active hands defensively. Barnett. And again, getting a hand on it for Cascade is Timna Robertson. So your backcourt for the Challengers, it's Williams with the ball. Sweem wearing number 10 is back there with her. Robertson making a move. Sweem around the horn, it goes to Williams. Now Sweem's going to try from three. Misses the shot, but Jones has the rebound. Robertson kicks it back out for Brem. Brem shot off target, and Zumhoff will take the rebound for New Hope. She'll make her move and has it taken away by the Challengers. Brem quickly up the floor to Jones. Jones makes that move to the hoop, but she Can't connect, but a foul is called against New Hope. And that foul is going to be called against Stephanie Chamberlain. That's her first foul of the ball game. Jones at the free throw line misses the first attempt. It remains a 25-10 ball game, just over a minute into the third quarter. Second attempt, that one's off to the left. Out come the Warriors. Zumhoff. Barnett. She'll kick it back out. Now Barnett will make a move, putting her quickness to work, and a foul called against the challengers. That's going to be called against Robertson. That will be her first personal foul of the ball game. Shooting from downtown, Zumhoff. No good, but the offensive rebound by the Warriors. That won't go. Jones out of backcourt, has Sweem there. Sweem can't quite get control of it, and the Warriors come away with it. Nice looking shot by Barnett. It won't stick. Robertson drives the baseline. And we'll have a foul called against New Hope Christian. And that will go against Barnett. That's her first personal foul of the ball game. There with the putback attempt, that's Jordan Jones. So, nice work there by the challengers as they extend their lead to 27-10. .5:13 to go in the third, making a move to the hoop. That is Abby Metcalf. And that foul's going to go against Jordan Jones of the challengers. That's her second personal of the ball game. Sydney Shipman will come in as Julia Brem will take a seat on the challenger bench. Taking the inbound, Barnett quickly kicks it out. Looking at a shot, Kaylin Matheson, I'm not sure whether it was a situation where she was thinking about that was a fake or whether that was, she thought she shoot, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do that, and perhaps in the indecision, she ends up shuffling her feet. Either way, at the end of it all, the challengers get the basketball. Robertson with the rock. She'll drive the baseline. Her shot is good. Timna Robertson having a great night so far for Cascade. Ball's tipped out of bounds by the challengers, just right in front of the Warrior bench. Well, it looks like for the Warriors, we've got Emily Converse in the ball game. Sweem is going to take a seat on the challenger bench. Haven't quite caught yet who came in for Cascade. Looks like Allison Kramer, number 4, is in the ball game. Allison, a junior for Cascade. Broken up, good defense there by Robertson and the challengers. Kramer loses the handle on it. It is taken away by the Warriors. Quickly, it's Barnett getting up the floor, and the shot won't stick. Their offensive rebound, putback attempt by Zumhoff. A foul is going to be against Jordan Jones. That's her third, so she'll need to watch that down the stretch, as she is an important part for the challengers in terms of the game around the basket. Zumhoff, score remains 29-10 at this juncture. Looks like we got Jerusha getting ready to come into the ball game for the Challengers. Second attempt, that one off to the left. A rebound by Jones. She's a good ball handler, and she'll bring it out of backcourt. Robertson has a bit of an opening, and as she starts to make a move, turnover by the Challengers. Jones is going to go ahead and take a seat on the Challenger bench. I want to make sure that you got her down the stretch just in case things get close. Screen. Barnett with the basketball. She picks up her dribble, needs some help, and Zumhoff is there. Tried to bounce pass into the low post, get it behind the defense. Well played for Abby Metcalf. That's their first field goal of the quarter to make it 29-12. Williams for Cascade. Gets a screen from Shipman. Robertson with it. Zumhoff with the defense. Kramer going to fire from downtown. That shot online, but maybe just a little short. Robertson drives, and her runner is good. Timna Robertson with a strong night for Cascade Christian. Gets them up to 31 points on the night. Going the other way, nice looking drive to the hoop, but Abby Metcalf can't get it to go. Ball's tipped around and it goes out of bounds. Barnett, shot from the baseline. Foul called against Cascade Christian. That's going to go against Shipman. So that Challenger lineup for you. Bella Williams in there, number 13. Also have Shipman, Kramer, Jerusha also in the ball game, as well as Timna Robertson. So it's not like the Challengers have a whole lot of height to begin with, but a smaller lineup for Cascade here at the moment. Second free throw attempt. Offline. And a travel called against New Hope. Cascade Christian will get it back with 2:32 left to go in the third. Up the floor it goes. Williams with the basketball. She'll kick it out. Shooting is Kramer. That shot, no, that was Robertson. That was short. And then the putback attempt by Jerusha, no good. So Challengers getting some offensive rebounds, but unable to come up with points. So 2:09 left to go in the third. We got a wholesale substitutions getting ready to come in. Traveling violation against the Warriors. And it looks like we've got Elsa Smith coming into the ball game. Also making her first appearance is freshman Corey Cobold wearing number 35. Sweem is back in along with Emma Coates, who has the basketball. Coates moving to her left. Drives the baseline. Shot just a little bit long, but a good putback attempt. And that looked like that was Julia Brem with it. 20-point lead for Cascade Christian with 1:41 left to go in the third quarter. Good defense there by Coates. She'll go out on the break, make a move to the hoop, misses the shot. We have a tussle underneath the hoop. Barnett's down there for New Hope, also there for Cascade Christian. That is Emma Coates. So again, for Cascade, it's been their defense that's really carried the water throughout the duration of this ball game. Timeout called on the floor. We will take one as well. And we'll be back with more here on Table Rock Sports.
At 3 o'clock, Carter's campaign for class president will go live. His platform? Thirsty for change? Juice boxes for all. At 4, Liz will bid online and win. Yes! Yes! Which is why at 2, I'm down the street preparing for the storm. So no matter what, the show will go on.
Daily adventures start right here at Pinnacle 365. You'll find exactly what you need for your morning motivation. Later in the day, add some crunch to your lunch with Crispy Crunchy Chicken's mouth-watering chicken and chicken tenders. Wherever your next adventure takes you, we're here to keep you energized throughout the day. And our new Peak Rewards program helps you save money on fuel so you can travel further for less. Daily adventures are better with Pinnacle 365.
1:28 left to go in the third quarter of play. Jim McCoy along with Wyatt Rainey on the camera bringing you Challenger girls basketball action against the New Hope Christian Lady Warriors. Callie Sweem, her shot a little bit short. She had 10 the other night. By our best count, she has not scored tonight. Barnett going the other way for New Hope, and she's been their leading point producer tonight. She can't get that one to go. Coates out of backcourt. Quickly up the floor it goes, and Smith tried to get a shot, but Coates is there with a follow. And you see, that's what you do there. You box out, and you may find yourself with an opportunity for a little recovery there. Another steal by the Challengers. That is Julia Brem. She lays it with a left hand, too. So the Challengers with 12 points here in the third. Started out kind of slow, and a lot of that was turnovers, but they've got it going late. Sweem with the weak side rebound for Cascade. And you can tell that senior leadership, that basketball IQ, Sweem making those basketball moves that are important. Brem misses from the free throw line. But again, talking about a smart player, Sweem near the hoop. Callie Sweem, they called her Caliente during volleyball season. She was the lone senior on that volleyball squad, and just a fiery player. Julia Brem with the basketball, and that will end the third quarter of play. After 3, the Challengers remain in control. It's 39-13. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Back here at the Pavilion, Cascade Christian getting ready to start the fourth quarter of play. Out there on the floor, Jerusha Purier, along with Jordan Jones. Also looks like we've got Taylor Follett into the ball game, as well as Bella Williams. And then also in the ball game is, I wanted to say Elsa Smith, or no, Timna Robertson in the ball game. So they're kind of getting a mix of some experienced basketball players with those that have a little bit less, and that should hopefully provide a little bit of balance. Williams with the basketball between the circles, gets it inside for Jones. Jones, her drive attempt, no good. Zumhoff comes out of backcourt for New Hope. Doing better since scoring only 1 point in the first quarter. Bella Williams with the steal quickly out of backcourt, tries to get it for Jones. Jones tries to save it, but can't get there in time. But as we mentioned before, that's going to be, I think, a real area of emphasis for the Challengers for the next few days before they play their road game over at New Hope, is to sharpen up the passing. Some of those passes are just a little bit soft, and granted, you don't want to end up firing a Justin Verlander fastball into somebody's belly, but you need to get it with a little bit more zip on it to keep it from getting stolen. Ball's tipped around as the Challengers fail to score on the break. And Robertson, she went up to go play defense, didn't quite get set before she ended up bumping into Zumhoff. For the Challengers, 4 team fouls. Make that 5 team fouls now in the second half for Robertson. Nowhere near foul trouble with 2 personals in the game. Buchanan in the ball game. She dribbles around the horn. Delivers for Zumhoff. Bounce pass. With the basketball for New Hope is Maddie Drost. And it's taken away by Cascade. Folan with the ball. Up the floor it goes to Jones. Now Robertson. Quick ball movement. Williams fires. Her shot rims out. Nice looking attempt. But Jones is there with the offensive rebound. Robertson. Williams. Bounce pass. Nice sharp pass there. Back to Jones. She'll fire from inside the free throw line. In and out. And now we've got the Challengers. They're active on the glass. Robertson will try it, and she gets this one to go. Another 3 ball. 4 on the night for the sophomore guard. Zumhoff shakes the Challenger defender. Barnett's going to shoot that one just a little bit short. And with the rebound, that is Jerusha for Cascade. 42-13 your score. If you think back to when the season began against Henley for their season opener, only able to put up 23 points in that ball game, and it's been a lot better since then. They scored 51 in a 9-point loss to Brookings Harbor. Then against Del Norte, 39 points, 45 against Lost River on Tuesday night. And it remains to be seen how things end up on this game yet. But they're currently at 42. And even better yet, they've limited their opposition to 13 points. Some of it an inability to hit the shot, but by the same token, we see some good defensive play by the Challengers as well. Robertson to Williams. Bounce pass inside to Jones. And it is taken away by Barnett and the Warriors. Jones coming down to try to stop it, and maybe enough there to provide some disruption. Out of backcourt goes Bella Williams. She'll drive. Now kick it back out for Jones. Williams fires from the baseline. She likes that shot. There's Folan with the offensive rebound. She can't get it to go. Jerusha tries a shot. That won't stick. And the Challengers 0 for 4 on that trip down the road. A foul called against Cascade Christian. And that's going to go against Robertson. Substitutions for the Challengers. Coble back in the ball game. Also in is Emma Coates. Lonjotti as well, wearing number 1. And as Barnett tries to drive the baseline, the challenger did a good job of cutting off the baseline to her, and she ends up stepping out of bounds. Out of backcourt. Emma Coates. She fires up. Brem's going to shoot 16-footer. It's no good, but good hustle by the challengers. And Swaim going to try to make a move. And as she does, we have a whistle underneath. Turnover by Cascade. With 3:48 left to go in the game. Corey Coble ties it up for a jump ball. Like I said, I don't think we've hardly had any in this ball game, but jump ball the call, and alternating possession goes the Warriors' way. The defense is Coates for the challengers. Shot off target. Barnett there with the rebound. She can't get it to go. Heavy traffic around the hoop, and it is wrested away by Julia Brem. Challengers get it now with 3:30 left to go in the ball game. Swaim sets the screen for Coates. She picks up her dribble along the baseline. Coble. They'll fire it over. Lonjotti pushes the shot up there, and it is short. And a foul called against Emma Coates. That's 17 fouls now for the challengers as they're in the bonus now. So that'll send the Warriors to the free throw line. Zumhoff. First free throw attempt, a little bit flat. A lane violation, and the challengers will get it back. They're in the backcourt, Swaim along with Coates. Also in the lineup, Lonjotti, Coble, and Julia Brem. Passing the high post to Brem. She'll turn around and shoot. Her shot off the window, no good. Coates there with the putback attempt. She can't get it to go, but Corey Coble there with the rebound. And we have a jump ball to call. This one will go New Hope's way. .246 left to go in the ball game. Challengers lead 42-13. Our lead at halftime was 25-10. But the Challengers really set the tone early by taking a 16-1 lead after the end of the first quarter. Driving to the hoop, Barnett. And a steal by New Hope. Zumhoff up the floor. Foul called on the Challengers. And that will be called against Emma Coates. With Sydney Shipman and Allison Kramer getting ready to check back in the ball game. For Coates, that's her third personal of the ball game. Also in for Cascade is Elsa Smith. One of 8 freshmen on this Challenger roster. Free throw attempt by Zumhoff. It rattles out. And there's Brem with it. Brem going to shoot the 3. And now, a quick outlet pass up the floor to Barnett. Barnett, and she gets it to go. Ava Barnett. been the leader for Cascade, for New Hope here in the ball game. When we get you those final scoring totals on the night, I think we'll see that she's easily led the way for New Hope. Meanwhile, we have a steal by the Warriors, and Shipman tries to tie her up, and she does. Alternating possession this time goes in favor of the Challengers as Taylor Folan checks into the ball game for Brim. Folan will overshoots pretty much everything, and they'll end up going out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. Underneath, they work it, and the shot short by Cascade. Barnett out of backcourt. Kramer trying to catch up to her, but not before Barnett lays it up and in. And a little carelessness by the Challengers. Steal by Zumhoff, and that shot is good. Zumhoff makes it a 42-21 ball game. Inside 1 minute left to go. Shipman sets a screen. And I believe they're going to call a moving screen against the Challengers. I'm not sure I saw it that way, but my vote doesn't count. Near steal there by Cascade, tipped away. Barnett. She'll fire from distance. Her shot no good. Rebound taken by Hannah Crandall, who's in the ball game. Barnett drives to the hole. And then that shot rolls around and down. It's 42-23. The Challengers with a long dry spell here in the fourth quarter. Coates with the ball. Kramer fires from long range. We got a weak side rebound. Now ball's loose inside. Coates tries to flip it up there and is not able to get it to go, but an offensive rebound and shot short. And that will end the ball game. The Cascade Christian Challengers raise their record to 2-3 with a 42-23 victory against the New Hope Christian Lady Warriors. We'll pause for messages. We'll take a quick timeout, and when we return, we'll have the post-game wrap-up right here on TableRockSports.net.
Finish sales event is going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Grand Cherokee L4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back 3P Truck of the Year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Get a big finish deal on every new vehicle in stock only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports. I love my team. I just want to play, but not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Know your role. Learn more at SouthernOregonSports.com.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Sherm's Thunderbird Market has been serving Southern Oregon for over 50 years. We are thankful and proud to be able to say that our employees are like family, and we certainly couldn't serve Southern Oregon so well without them.
I love my job, and what better place to work than for the people who care about you and your community. We really are treated more like family rather than just employees.
Our loyal customers make my job fun and more enjoyable.
Sherms is now hiring. Go to our website to see what positions are available.
At the Cascade Christian Pavilion, the Cascade Christian Challengers raising their early season mark to 2-3 with a 42-23 victory against the New Hope Christian Lady Warriors, a team from the Grants Pass area, and much like the Challengers, by and large a very young team. And with young teams comes, well, growth. And certainly an opportunity tonight if you're a Challengers fan. You can definitely see where there are stretches of brilliance. It certainly looks like from these eyes that we have a team that is very strong and solid defensively. Also, I think that there's the talent there to put plenty of points on the board. They have 2 or 3 really strong players in that regard. On the flip side of that, every now and then you see, where there's room for growth as far as shot selection is concerned by the team, and then also definitely an area of emphasis, I have no doubt, for Coach Robertson will be in the area of passing. Just making sure that if that entry pass into the low post isn't there, that you do something else until that opportunity is, and it will eventually get there. But that certainly you can't throw it through into traffic and not expect that there's as much chance as not that you're going to end up giving the ball away. But that all comes with time. When you're talking about a team with their starting lineup tonight, they had 2 freshmen in the lineup, a sophomore, a junior, and 1 senior, and that's just it's a young team, and again, I would say a young team that's a little short on basketball experience. We had this season last spring, but as I recall, the Challengers they didn't have the numbers to even really field a meaningful JV program. So those things provide some challenges, but I think by the same token, I think the Challengers of Cascade Christians made a great hire in Coach Jeff Robertson, and he's got some good talent around him and some players with some real potential if they'll put the work in and stick with it. Well, that'll go ahead and put an end to tonight's ball game, where your final score is the Cascade Christian Challengers 42 and New Hope 23. Thanks to our feature sponsors, Lithia Dodge Jeep, also to John L. Scott Real Estate, and to Circle K Markets, fueled by GP Energy, Avista Utilities, and a whole lot more. I'm Jim McCoy for Wyatt Rainey. Thank you for joining us tonight. Have a great night. And again, coming up here in a couple of weeks, there'll be the Cascade, there'll be the Christmas Classic brought to you by Dutch Bros, and that's going to be coming up December 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and that will feature the Cascade Christian Challengers boys and girls team. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.